Well, welcome. This is the Let's Yap session, and it's me, DJ Moonlit Vampire, DJ Saren. I'm gonna go, and we're gonna talk about some music theory for some Deltarune music, and we're gonna answer some questions from the Otis college community, and also analyze some music. Sorry, we're still troubleshooting. Thank you for your patience. Hello?
Testing.
I can hear you guys fine, so just keep going.
Oh, okay. All right, well, we're going to continue. Thank you, guys. We can't hear each other in our headphones, but... Oh, my gosh.
Okay,
Oh, my gosh, that's really loud.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, my gosh. Okay, great.
we are set.
Thank you, guys, for waiting. So first, we're going to talk about... We are talking about video game music in our session today.
Yep.
And I'm going to do a segment on Deltarune, and specifically the music theory and composition of Dark Sanctuary and Third Sanctuary. And if we have time, I'll talk about the songs Spamton and Big Shot. So I'm going to play Dark Sanctuary and pause through it. And I'm going to talk about some of the music theory and pause it. And then we're going to come back and listen to it all. So let's listen. So in that first section, we have this running melody that's really introduced, and it's like a fast-paced, determined type of beat, and it introduces this song, and since it's in a video game, it's meant to be looped. So this is a great way that Toby Fox let in this song. So that's section 1, and it's also in a 3/4 time, which means it's a waltz, and 3/4 means that it's that's the time signature.
Yeah.
So 3/4, it's 3/4, and 4 means quarter note, and then 3 means 3/4 notes.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 3/4 notes in one measure, and it feels like a waltz. So when you listen to it, you can hear that boom ba ba, boom ba ba, boom ba ba.
Yep. Okay, music theory. Okay.
And then as we go into the B section here in a moment, that main melody is now the background, and the first melody that you hear with this organ synth is a leitmotif from The Legend, which is a previously established music song in the game, and it symbolizes the legend that the heroes of the video game follow. And it's very fitting because in this level, in this chapter, you are inside a church, which is representative of the citizens in the world that are like basically using the legend as like their religion. And so we're in this like alternate universe that's based on the church, and that's why the legend is a part of the theme. So you hear it, it comes in solo.
That's pure heavenly.
So it comes in on this solo, and it's also it sounds like a horn or like an organ. And you hear the music in the background. And then it's accompanied by a violin. And it creates a more full sound. It's like, oh, you're so empowered. You're going on this little journey. And then we go into this C section. last section goes into the end of the song to where it's going to be looped again, because this is in the background of the world as you are progressing, and it's going to keep looping because it's a video game. And that last part, it picks up and then it loops right back to the beginning.
Oh, that's sick.
And there you go.
That's so sick.
Yeah, so I think this is a really interesting song. It's the first song you hear once you're back into what's called the Dark Worlds. So these are like the new, they're like different dimensions that are parallel to the real world, and they're kind of like, they animate inanimate objects. So things like in this church world, there's things that are like the incense burners that are now enemies, and there's like the holy water is an enemy, which is like a floating like spirit that's made out of water.
Okay.
And I really like this chapter a lot for its music. It has such a different vibe from the third chapter, because the third chapter was more about like, it was very silly and about like a TV world, and it was very bright. And then this fourth chapter is very dark and very like serious themes, and like they tackle the legend a lot more as a concept in the story, because it's been in the background, but now it's at the forefront, and there's a lot of significant plot moments in this new area. So yeah, so that's Dark Sanctuary.
Hell yeah.
And I'll let it continue. Okay, thank you. Let's go on to Third Sanctuary. So that was the first one. That's like the first Dark World in the chapter, and then we go to a second Sanctuary. But I think that the Third Sanctuary is similar enough to the second Sanctuary as a song, so we're gonna skip Second Sanctuary, and we're gonna come to Third Sanctuary.
Okay.
So let's analyze. So this is very interesting, like, vibe. The first one was very, like, chill, and it still had, like, that fast-paced, like, determined energy. But this starts with what would you call that? It's like a solo, or like an isolated melody. So it's very isolated, and it comes out as, like, this big theme. And then it continues to loop throughout the song. Yeah. But it's very different from the first one. And if you notice, the first song, Dark Sanctuary, this little like section, this little pickup is like a remix of that, and it sounds like it's a record skipping. So it's like repeating what Dark Sanctuary was doing, but it was it's like that main melody, but it keeps skipping back.
It does. It sounds a lot different from Dark Sanctuary.
Yeah.
This one's more like Gamer Boy. The other one sounded more kind of gothic.
Yeah, no, this one's a lot more upbeat, and that's why I really like it, because it's so much different.
Yeah.
So now, this is the A section, and we're in an 11/8 time signature, which is 11 beats in a measure with the 8th note as the beat. So there's 11 eighth notes in one measure, and it's like really crazy. Like if you try and find the beat, like if you're listening, it's kind of like you can't really like pinpoint it. It's like you're trying to like groove, but like what I find myself doing is it's like I'm going up and down, and like it's like you're on a carousel, which is very fitting because in a 6/8 time, which is kind of also a 3/4 time, which is also a waltz, you kind of feel like you have that rise of up and down, and that's like something people want to use when they use 6/8 or like a crazy weird time signature like 11/8.
Yeah.
And then also, let me play second sanctuary really quick, because you'll notice that it's different.
Oh.
So this one is pitched higher, and it's thematically important because the second sanctuary is created by this character named Susie, and she's like rebellious type. She's she doesn't do well in school, and she's like a bully, mean girl, but you've seen her like progress, and then this chapter she like finds this mentor of sorts, and he helps her like realize that like what she is in this world is important, and that she like is deserving to be here. And like even though the legend doesn't say her name specifically, like the reason she's here is like she's been helpful.
Yeah.
And when she creates this dark world, it's because in that first dark world when she met him, Gerson, which is the name of the character, we find out that in real life he's actually dead.
Oh.
And the reason that he's in the dark world, which is a world that creates inanimate objects in real, is because his ashes are inside of the church. And so she has to go and find him in the second sanctuary. And that's why it sounds so different. It's because Susie made the this dark world instead of the night, which is the usual creator of the dark worlds. So it has like a determined tone, and it's more uplifting, and like during this chapter, this like section of the chapter, you also have to like chase her around and like battle enemies while you're chasing her, and she's finding out the prophecy before you even see it. So going back to the third sanctuary, we're gonna go to the B section. Does this sound familiar? This main theme that's coming on top right now with the organ is the legend theme again. So in the first song, it was more prominent, but now in this song, it's intertwined with it. That technique is called using a leitmotif. And Toby Fox, who's the arranger for the songs of Deltarune and Undertale, is very prominent. He uses it prominently in his music, and it's just so good. Like it creates things that the player already knows, like tunes the player already knows, and it gives them something to grasp onto when they're in a new place, and it gives them some context, even if they don't really realize it, and they're not like music theory nerds. They realize, oh wait, that sounds familiar. That sounded like something I've already heard, even if they can't pinpoint it. I really, really like the legend theme being used in this, because the original legend theme is given more in like a video game context, where it's like a cutscene, and it sounds very, very 8-bit, which is the style of Deltarune. It's a pixel game, but in this case, it sounds so orchestral, and it's very interesting.
It does.
Yeah. So let's continue. Let's continue on to Third Sanctuary.
Okay.
So let's analyze. So this is very interesting, like, vibe. The first one was very like chill, and it still had like that fast-paced, like determined energy, but this starts with a what would you call that? It's like a solo, or like an isolated melody. So it's very isolated, and it comes out as like this big theme, and then it continues to loop throughout the song.
Yeah.
But it's very different from the first one. And if you notice, the first song, Dark Sanctuary, this is actually, this little like section, this little pickup is like a remix of that, and it sounds like it's a record skipping. So it's like repeating what Dark Sanctuary was doing, but it was it's like that main melody, but it keeps skipping back.
It does. It sounds a lot different from Dark Sanctuary.
Yeah.
This one's more like Gamer Boy. The other one sounded kind of gothic.
Yeah, no, this one's a lot more upbeat, and that's why I really like it, because it's so much different.
Yeah.
So now, this is the A section, and we're in an 11/8 time signature, which is 11 beats in a measure with the 8th note as the beat. So there's 11 eighth notes in one measure, and it's like really crazy. Like if you try and find the beat, like if you're listening, it's kind of like you can't really like pinpoint it. It's like you're trying to like groove, but like what I find myself doing is it's like I'm going up and down, and like it's like you're on a carousel, which is very fitting because in a 6/8 time, which is kind of also a 3/4 time, which is also a waltz, you kind of feel like you have that rise of up and down, and that's like something people want to use when they use 6/8 or like a crazy weird time signature like 11/8.
Yeah.
And then also, let me play Second Sanctuary really quick, because you'll notice that it's different.
Oh.
So this one is pitched higher, and it's thematically important because the Second Sanctuary is created by this character named Susie, and she's like rebellious type. She's she doesn't do well in school, and she's like a bully, mean girl, but you've seen her like progress, and then this chapter she like finds this mentor of sorts, and he helps her like realize that like what she is in this world is important, and that she like is deserving to be here. And like even though the legend doesn't say her name specifically, like the reason she's here is like she's been helpful.
Yeah.
And when she creates this dark world, it's because in that first dark world when she met him, Gerson, which is the name of the character, we find out that in real life he's actually dead.
Oh.
And the reason that he's in the dark world, which is a world that creates inanimate objects in real, is because his ashes are inside of the church. And so she has to go and find him in the Second Sanctuary. And that's why it sounds so different. It's because Susie made the this dark world instead of the night, which is the usual creator of the dark worlds. So it has like a determined tone, and it's more uplifting, and like during this chapter, this like section of the chapter, you also have to like chase her around and like battle enemies while you're chasing her, and she's finding out the prophecy before you even see it. So going back to the Third Sanctuary, we're gonna go to the B section. Does this sound familiar? This main theme that's coming on the top right now with the organ is the legend theme again. So in the first song, it was more prominent, but now in this song, it's intertwined with it. That technique is called using a leitmotif. And Toby Fox, who's the arranger for the songs of Deltarune and Undertale, is very prominent. He uses it prominently in his music, and it's just so good. Like it creates things that the player already knows, like tunes the player already knows, and it gives them something to grasp onto when they're in a new place. And it gives them some context, even if they don't really realize it and they're not like music theory nerds. They realize, oh wait, that sounds familiar. That sounded like something I've already heard, even if they can't pinpoint it. Mm-hmm. And it's really cool. I really, really like the legend theme being used in this, because the original legend theme is given more in like a video game context, where it's like a cutscene, and it sounds very, very 8-bit, which is the style of Deltarune. It's a pixel game, but in this case, it sounds so orchestral, and it's very interesting.
It does.
Yeah. So let's continue. Let's continue on. Section. So Toby Fox, when he does that section, it's kind of like a breakdown. It's kind of like a dance break if you're like a musical theater kid. It's like the section that's like kind of crazy, but like really different. And he switches between 11/8 and 15/8. And goes one and the other, and one and the other, and one and the other. Try and find it. And then here we have the legend theme again, and it's like calming. It's in this voice, and like those enemies that I was talking about earlier that are like the water enemies, they have that voice, and it's like maybe they're singing it.
Ooh.
And then this part, this is like the it's building tension. It's building tension for the best part of the whole song.
Okay.
So you better listen in. Melody, the legend. And then at this point, we start quieting, because again, this also has to be looped. And then we end it, and then he gives us some time before it starts right up again, and we're just going to give it a listen. But I want you guys, listeners, to really listen and tune in and try and hear the different levels and try and discern the different instruments, the voice and the strings and the piano, but also listen to the drums that drive the beat in a crazy time signature, but also it gives it that grounding feel so you can still feel like it's a song and it's not weird. So really listen.
Let's go.
welcome back. You're listening to KLMU Online Radio, and this is DJ Moonlit Vampire and DJ Saren.
Hey.
So that was the third Sanctuary by Toby Fox from Deltarune Chapter 4. And since I have some time, we're going to go over Spamton and Big Shot, which is a character called Spamton. Mm-hmm. And since this dark world, and if you're new and you're just tuning in, we're talking about Deltarune. And it's video game music. And Spamton is a personification of a spam email. So he's very like eccentric and very like computer and tech. He's from Chapter 2. So Chapter 2 is like a cyber world, cyber computer world, which I know, Tehani, maybe you'll be interested in.
I love that.
Yeah, so he's like a spam email. He's kind of weird. He's kind of like shifty, and he comes out of a dumpster. He lives in there.
Is he an antagonist or a side character?
He's kind of like an anti-hero, and he's also a secret boss. Spoilers if you haven't played Chapter 2, which came out in 2021. But yeah, so let's play his theme. This is his theme. So yeah, that's his theme, and it's kind of like weird. Like you can listen to it now. If you really pay attention when the bass comes in, we're gonna go over his like boss theme next. It's very. I was listening to it on the car ride to school today, and I was actually like, wow, I can hear the bass really well. Like if you hear. Bum, 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 bum. So he is then corrupted, and he's turned into like a pawn of sorts for the main antagonist, the queen. But he's trying to break free, and he's become this like twisted puppet character. And you have to go really out of your way to go and fight him, like he's a secret boss. So you have to collect a key and then go find him in the basement. And you, as the main character, Chris, are like very disturbed by this character. Like he's really unsettling to Chris for some reason. And it has yet to be discovered specifically why. There's a lot of speculation. But he's like his boss theme for this boss fight is like, wow. Like that theme that we just heard, already a banger. But this, mega banger. So let's listen. So good. This is the best part. This motif that you're hearing on top, where it's like, That's the freedom motif, and is a theme among all of the secret bosses in the game so far, because they're all talking about freedom and how they want to break free and how their lives they've been held back. Where the first secret boss in Deltarune was Jevil, who is a like jester character, and he's like locked away in the castle basement in like a jail cell, and he's like, I need to break free, like this is all I need. And then Spamton is also trying to break free because he has puppet strings, and he's like being under control by Queen. So thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. That's been my section. I hope you enjoyed. Now we're going to turn it over to DJ Saren. She's going to talk about cyberpunk music. But in the meantime, I'll play Second Sanctuary for you guys. Welcome back. You're listening to KLMU Radio, and this is Moonlit Vampire and
DJ Saren. Hey guys, so we just finished off our segment by DJ Moonlit Vampire. They were talking about Deltarune, but now it's my time to shine. Tell you guys about Cyberpunk 2077, specifically the radio stations within. But first, for people who don't know, let me give a little introduction as to what Cyberpunk 2077 is. So it is a open world RPG game set in the space of Night City, which is a culmination of very popular cities that you've seen around, especially in the US. It's heavily populated, and it is just filled to the brim with all of these cyber futuristic like spaces, as well as all these like human enhancements and robots and cyberware. It is just like completely like different from what we would think of like realistically like future. But yeah, it is one of my favorite games that I've ever played ever. It is like beyond fun. You play as this character named V. It can be any gender that you want, and you can create them to be however you want them to be. There are different life paths that you can choose from, but they all lead back to the main storyline, where you have to help take down this like corporate organization while also like trying to live and take out this like mind shard that's in your brain that is slowly killing you. Yeah, it's crazy. And guess what's on that memory shard? Keanu Reeves. Yeah. It's a very like you have to kind of play it or watch it to understand what's going on, but it's so much fun, and the music is one of the most immersive aspects of the game in general, especially the radio station. Most of the radio stations that are on Cyberpunk 2077, there are 14 of them, 11 that were introduced when the game launched, and an additional 3 when 2.0 and Phantom Liberty, which is the DLC, was dropped. Most of them are playlists, like I said, and they usually just have a couple of tracks each, so it's not too long, but some of them do have disc jockeys. My favorite would be Body Heat, 98.7 Body Heat.
Wait, what's a disc jockey?
I'm pretty sure they're just like the DJs that are... Yeah, disc jockey, DJ. Oh my god!
Wait, oh my gosh!
We just figured that out!
Wait,
Yay!
that's like really clever.
Yeah. Yeah. I really, really like Body Heat because it has some of my favorite songs on there, including the one that is playing in the background right now, Delicate Weapon. Yeah. I mostly wanted to talk about Delicate Weapon. This is created by a artist inside the game called Lizzie Wizzy, who is also voiced by Grimes. You may know her for her 4 a.m. song. This song is absolutely beautiful. Like, there's a whole like performance that plays, and you see it inside of the game, and it is just absolutely beautiful, and it overall encapsulates this kind of like ephemeral, like ambient like space that you're in. It just feels kind of heavenly, and I really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like right up your alley,
yeah.
I think.
Kind of just like you're floating into the clouds type of feeling. And it's played on 98.7 Body Heat. Let's go ahead and replay it so you guys can fully tune in and hear what it's about. Welcome back. That was Delicate Weapon by Lizzie Wizzy and Grimes. Before we go on, we just want to give a little shout out to the people who are listening. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you, Isaiah and Tay and everyone who's part of my server.
Yes, and shout out to the rest of us in our class at Community Radio.
Yep.
I hope you guys are enjoying our show, and I also want to shout out my family, my mom, dad, and brother. And I also want to shout out James. Yeah. And maybe Danny. I'm not sure if he's listening, but I'll shout out you too. Thank you, Danny.
Oh yeah.
So let's
But yeah, let's tune back. Let's get back into the details, the nitty gritty of cyberpunk. So you just heard Delicate Weapon. That was by the artist, in-game artist Lizzie Wizzy, who is voiced yet again by Grimes. That is part of one of the many stations that are available in Cyberpunk 2077. You're allowed to listen to them with your radio port, which is something you carry on you while you're walking around Night City. And you can literally tune into any of the stations you want at any point in time. The only time it stops is if you're in a mission. But if you're just walking around trying to enjoy the views, it is the perfect time to be watching and listening in. And you also can listen to them in the car or any vehicle that you decide to drive in. And it is overall just a really amazing experience. The fact that they have stations inside the game just, I feel like, adds in that, like, another level of immersion.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Did you know that there's a radio in Fortnite too?
No way.
Yeah,
I did not
it
know
plays that. If you're in a vehicle. It plays like the songs that are in Fortnite that you can have as like jam tracks.
Right, I didn't even count that as you're so right.
Yeah,
that is so true. Yes, that is very true.
And as far as I know, it's not like the same station, exact same one on every single like server, but if you're in the same like party, then you hear the same songs.
Yeah,
so that's cute. I love it. Every time I'm in a vehicle in Fortnite, I have to put the radio on.
Always gotta bop on a song. Yep.
Yeah.
Let me give a little shout out to all these stations that are part of Cyberpunk 27. We got 88.9 Pacific Dreams, 89.3 Radio Vexel Storm. I know a lot of people like that one. We have 89.7 Growl FM, which is the community-made radio that was released with the DLC. There was a whole contest or competition with over 8,000 submissions of musics made by the community or submitted by the community that reminded them of the game. And they were picked carefully after... there was like a lot of judges. I know two of the main composers for Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, as well as some other games that were made by CD Projekt Red, were also ones helping to judge and pick out those final songs. I believe it was 14 tracks. But yeah, it is really cool that they decided that they wanted to include the community with the radio. And in addition to that, there are mods. Mods are very, very like popular with Cyberpunk. And because of that, there's a whole mod system with radio where you can add in your own stations. There's even people who have made their own pre-made like DJ tracks or little like talk shows, and they'll add that in as a mod. So it's really cool to see how the community is pulling in this like immersion and like coming together to create these really cool songs and stations. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. There have been talks, of course, about how to improve the radio station, especially since the tracks there's only like a couple tracks per playlist, and after a while it gets repetitive. Some people don't like how it gets a little glitchy sometimes, but that happens, and I low-key don't mind it. I think the fact that we even have it in the first place is just really amazing, but I would love to see if they can include more talk shows or talk segments in the stations. It'd be really, really cool. Yeah, some genres that you can expect within the station would be we got pop, electric, synth, techno, jazz, metal, anything that you want. They most likely got it. You just gotta go searching, gotta go surfing. My favorite would be Body Heat, and also Night FM, which is 92.9. We also have, let me continue on with the rest of the stations. You got 91.9 Royal Blue Radio. You have 95.2 Samizdat Radio, 96.1 Ritual FM, 99.9 Impulse, and a bunch more. And they also have a broadcast station that's part of the DLC called Bargest Broadcast Station, which is really cool. They talk about all the deep gossip and like things that are happening while you play through the game. Sometimes you'll hear as the game is loading this guy talking about the president and how she's like, because she's being kidnapped. And I was like, oh, is anyone going to save her or rescue her? Like, no one cares. It's crazy. You can hear, like, the amount of gossip and drama that happens within these shows is just insane. Because people don't really give any. Especially in Night City, they don't care. They don't care. But yeah.
Is there a way to, like, listen to these radio stations, like, outside of the game? Or is it just, like, playlists?
Yeah, they do have official playlists on Spotify as well as on YouTube that you can listen. And, of course, if there weren't official ones, fans have probably already made them. Yeah, and especially with the mods, people can make their own playlists and then have that, like, incorporated into the game if they wanted. It's really cool. It's really cool. I wanted to talk about my second song, which is playing right now in the background, I Really Want to Stay at Your House, which is by Rosa Walton and Haley Coggins. It is from the very, very popular anime Cyberpunk Edge Runners. And that 10-episode series won Anime of the Year at the 2023 Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Over Arcane, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So it's big. It's really big. And it earned a perfect 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
Yep, with fans and critics praising its emotional narrative and stunning visuals. In the game world, in Cyberpunk 2077, the anime's success prompted a 315% increase in Cyberpunk's average player count and helped push the game's total sales to over 20 million units.
Dang.
It was seriously impressive, and it really helped bring Cyberpunk 2077 to the front lines in terms of them selling out, them gaining the charts on Steam. Like, it was such a big deal, and I was really happy that it was getting the recognition it deserved, especially because the launch was really bad.
Yeah.
You couldn't play it. There were so many bugs and glitches, and low-key, if they had spent a little more time just making sure those things weren't there during launch, I think it would have had a much better beginning success. But I'm glad that Edge Runners was able to bring people back in, because now we have such a large and diverse community of people who love the game for what it is, as well as seeing it being made into other media such as Edge Runners. It's really cool. But yeah,
I think also there's now a Nintendo Switch 2 port, which is cool. Like, that makes me want to play it.
Yep.
Because my PC, which is a laptop, isn't that powerful. And even though I don't have a Switch 2, I'm like, oh, the prospect of maybe being able to play is really exciting.
Exactly, yeah. And even if you can't, because let's be honest, sometimes it still be kind of glitchy with the system requirements, you can always watch playthroughs. There are so many playthroughs out there. And yeah, you can really do anything inside of Night City. Let's give another listen to I Really Want to Stay at Your House by Rosa Walton and Haley Coggins.
I couldn't wait for you to come and clear the cupboard. But now you're gonna leave with nothing but a sign. Another evening I'll be sitting reading in between your lines, because I miss you all the time. So get away, another way to feel what you do. Want yourself to know and let yourself go. You know you do lose your self-control. There's snow under the rainbow. Turn away, another way to be where you do want yourself to go. Let yourself go. Is that nice?
Hey, welcome back. This is KLMU. We're at the Let's Yap session with DJ Moonlit Vampire and me, DJ Saren. That was I Really Want to Stay at Your House by Rosa Walton and Haley Coggins. Very well known for it being in the anime Cyberpunk Edge Runners. So we just talked about Edge Runners, and now I wanted to go ahead and talk about some of the questions people asked me from the community about Cyberpunk. The first one being, are they ever going to do a concert or an event playing Cyberpunk 2077 music? I know for a fact that a lot of these songs were made from a community of people all over the world, and especially with the community based station Growl FM, it was people trying to trace back who the artists were. There were so many, over 8,000 submissions. It'd be very hard to find them. But I do think maybe in terms of the soundtrack, like the instrumental soundtrack, that might be possible. And who knows, maybe some Cyberpunk fan communities might make their own little festival. We'll see. But so far, officially, I don't think so. Which one of the tracks is the most immersive while also sounding the best? I would like to think that there's a song called Night City in the game that is it's beautiful. I think it's the best way to introduce yourself to the city of Night City, and it's just this very nice, slow, mellow song that introduces you to the space that you are about to live in for the rest of your life.
Is it like an ambient track?
Yeah, kind of.
Background?
It's also very similar to Delicate Weapon. There is there's singing in there and all that stuff, but it's nothing like what's happening right now. You got the metal track in the background. But I also think that Delicate Weapon is a great contender as well. It's just one of those ethereal songs that kind of just I love to play every single time. I never skip it when I hear it on the radio. And I just love going in my car and driving down the streets with no destination and just enjoying the visuals that the game gives me, as well as the ambiance that the music surrounds me with. It's really amazing. That goes into my next question, actually. What are your top 3 favorite songs from Cyberpunk? I would say Night City by Rem, which I just mentioned, as well as Delicate Weapon by Lizzy Wizzy. And then the last one, I don't know. I think there's just so many to choose between. But let me take a look. I think that Hole in the Sun is pretty good, but there's also some other songs like...
It's interesting that these are real songs that could be passable as independent artists.
Yeah.
Or,
almost every
radio
single one of
songs.
them. Every single one of them. I'm scrolling down this playlist. It's just infinite amount of songs, all by different artists. I don't think I don't think any of the artists have more than one song. They're all different, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, I think it's cool because you compare it to Deltarune and what I was playing in the first hour or the first half of the hour, and Deltarune music that I played is typically what you would think of when you think of video game music, especially in a more traditional sense of video game music started with 8-bit music and handheld devices and the NCS or the NES, and as opposed to this song that's currently playing in the background, which could without knowing you oh, that's just a real song, no doubt.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
I do I think that is also really cool. Thank you for putting that back on. I did find one song. You guys are going to have to listen to it on your own time. It's called The Rebel Path by PT.
Oh, I know this
Atomic.
one.
But yeah, it's really good. I think it's like a very well-known song for Cyberpunk. But yeah, I also got the question, do you switch the radio station or tend to listen to the same ones? I'm going to be honest, I am a diehard Body Heat fan. But I do love listening to a bunch of other ones, especially there's some modded, stations in there that are really, really fun to listen to, and I really enjoy switching to those as well, especially because they're more community made. But yeah, now I'm going to talk about one of my last parts, which is about Johnny Silverhand, aka Keanu Reeves. You might know him. He's like kind of the face of Cyberpunk 2077, and he's part of a legendary fictional band in the game called Samurai, which is pretty cool. Apparently, it was founded by Johnny and his bandmate Carrie Eurodyne, which is also a character that you can romance in the game. There are a couple of romanceable characters in the game. There's Judy Alvarez, there's Panam Palmer, River, I don't remember his last name, I'm going to be honest, and then Carrie Eurodyne. And all of them are really amazing, cool in-depth characters that are also connected to a lot of story quests that you can do while you're playing the game. And yeah, both Johnny and Carrie created it. And the name was inspired by the fact that historical samurai were willing to die for their cause, even if it was immoral or just plain wrong. Now, why does this relate to the band? Because their band, especially Johnny, he was like a big activist in terms of fighting back against corporations, or corpos, as you might know, in Cyberpunk. Arasaka was one of their most like dangerous and like evil contending organizations within the game, and they're like really well known and super popular and super rich and have like the most authority inside of the game. And it's so cool to see a character like him who's just this guy in a rock band fighting against it, and he actually does crazy amazing change. He uses his voice and his music and his words to ignite his fans and like make them like angry for the fact that corporations are treating them this way, and that they're doing the things that they're leaving the streets dry. They don't care about the people down there. And it's so nice that he uses his voice and his position as a place to speak about it and protest about it. But yeah, this is one of his songs. It is actually one of his most popular songs in the band inside the game, called Chippin' In. We are about to cue that up just right now, and it is, I mean, you heard it while I was speaking earlier. It's like this metal, and it's just chipping in. Yep. But yeah, we're about to play it right now. There we go. Chipping in. Bye. Okay, welcome back. That was Chippin' In by the in-game band Samurai, who's also played by the actual band Refused, if you ever want to listen to their music. But yeah, that was my talking segment about Cyberpunk 2077 and the radio stations within.
Yes, and thank you for listening to our Let's Yap radio session. This was a really exciting experience. I want to shout out also our class mentor, Anthony, and also Mark, our teacher and advisor. I mean, it was just like, this has been a great class, and it's very interesting and like special to have firsthand experience at a radio station.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying the fact that we get to talk and do like things that are related to like things that we're passionate about, things that we like talking about. I really, really enjoyed that, and I'm glad that we were able to get this type of space and talk about these sort of things for a final. It's great.
Yes, I mean, who doesn't love yapping about their favorite video game for a final?
Yep.
Which we both did.
Yep.
So yeah, if you guys want to listen to the songs that we played, it's actually on the website. If you scroll underneath the play, it's on the Spinatron, and you can click links to go listen to the songs. So I hope you guys do. I highly encourage to check out more Toby Fox tracks because they're really good. And even if you don't play the game, but you can play the game, Deltarune is free. The first 2 chapters are free. And then 3 and 4 is like $20 more for amazing games. And also free updates for the next chapters that will be coming out.
Nice. Yeah.
And then Undertale, which also is Toby Fox directed, usually goes on sale. I bought it for like $2. So it's on Steam and also on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, and Cyberpunk 2077 is not free, but it does go on sale on Steam. And if you have a good system, like a good running system, I totally recommend it. It's such an amazing, unique experience for each person because you get to choose the life that you live in Night City. And yeah, I just really, really, really want you guys to experience that. Thank you so much for listening in.
Thank you. This is DJ Moonlit Vampire.
And this is DJ Saren.
Signing out.